Over 60 million people are still mining Pi using only their phones, yet some people still call it fake. While many are investing their money trying to find opportunities in the crypto space, others are asking themselves, is Pi Network really legit, or just another way to scam people in the crypto world? And do you fully understand what the open network really means for your Pi coins? Well, you're in the right place. I'm about to reveal the shocking truth about Pi Network's massive milestone that the whales don't want you to know. In the next 25 minutes, I'll show you exactly why Pi Network just changed the entire crypto game forever. Here's what I'm going to cover today. First, I'll reveal the real numbers behind Pi Network's explosive growth. And trust me, they're bigger than you think. Then, I'll explain why the February 20th Open Network launch was the most important day in crypto history that nobody talked about. I'll show you the $100 million fund that's about to create a Pi economy bigger than most countries. And finally, I'll tell you why crypto whales are absolutely terrified of what Pi Network is building. Let's first greet and welcome you all to our channel, where we bring you the latest and most exciting Pi Network updates. If you're new here, you're in the right place for real Pi Network insights that matter. But before we dive into today's incredible news, I want you to do something special. Join our community by smashing the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell. Also, drop a comment right now saying Pi Network to the moon and include your country to see our global Pi family unite. Whether you're watching from the United States, Nigeria, the Philippines, India, Brazil, or anywhere else, let me tell you something. The crypto whales don't want you to know. They've been lying to you about Pi Network, and I have proof. Here's how the trick works. Crypto whales control Bitcoin and Ethereum through massive mining operations and huge investments. They make billions while regular people struggle to afford even small amounts of crypto. Then Pi Network comes along and says, what if everyone could mine crypto for free from their phone? Suddenly, 60 million people start mining without paying whales a single dollar. The whales panic. Their entire business model depends on scarcity and high entry costs. Pi Network destroys that model completely. So what do? They start spreading lies. Pi Network is fake. Mobile mining is impossible. It has no value. They use their media connections and influence to make you doubt Pi Network. But here's the evidence they can't hide. Pi Network now has more active users than most countries have people. While Bitcoin struggles to reach 100 million users after 15 years, Pi Network hit 60 million in just a few years. The numbers don't lie. Pi Network is growing faster than Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok did in their early days. Yet mainstream crypto media barely mentions it. That's not an accident. That's intentional silence. Let me blow your mind with some numbers that prove the whales are wrong. Pi Network has 60 million verified users. Not fake accounts, not bots, real people who passed identity verification. Each user had to provide government ID, take selfies, and prove they're real humans. Compare that to other cryptocurrencies. Most altcoins celebrate getting 10,000 users. Popular DeFi protocols struggle to reach 1 million users. Even Ethereum, the second biggest crypto, has maybe 50 million users worldwide. Pi Network achieved 60 million users without spending billions on marketing, without celebrity endorsements, without Super Bowl commercials. They did it purely through word of mouth because the product actually works. Here's what makes this even more incredible. Traditional crypto mining requires thousands of dollars in equipment, cheap electricity, and technical knowledge. Pi Network requires a smartphone and 10 seconds per day. The whales say this is impossible, but 60 million people prove them wrong every single day. These users aren't just numbers on a screen. They're doctors in Nigeria, students in India, farmers in Brazil, teachers in the Philippines. They're regular people who were locked out of crypto until Pi Network came along. The whales built a system that excludes regular people. Pi Network built a system that includes everyone. That's why the whales are so scared. February 20th, 2025 was the day crypto whales realized their worst nightmare was coming true. For years, critics said Pi Network was fake because you couldn't spend Pi coins anywhere. The whales loved this criticism because it made people doubt Pi Network. But Pi's team was playing a different game. While other crypto projects rushed to market and fail, Pi Network built infrastructure first, community second, then opened for business. On February 20th, 2025, Pi Network launched their open network. Suddenly, all 60 million users could spend their Pi coins in the real world. The results were shocking. In just the first month, 7.4 billion Pi coins migrated to the mainnet. That's more transaction volume than most established cryptocurrencies see in entire years. But here's the part that really scared the whales. 5.2 billion Pi were voluntarily locked by users. This means people believe in Pi Network so much, they're willing to lock their coins for years to support the network. Only 2.2 billion Pi are actively circulating, creating natural scarcity without artificial manipulation. Compare this to other crypto launches. Most new cryptocurrencies see massive selling pressure when they launch. People dump their coins for quick profits. Pi Network saw the opposite. People locked their coins because they believe in the future. The whales can't manipulate Pi Network like they manipulate Bitcoin or Ethereum. There are too many users, too much decentralization, too much community support. Here's how Pi Network outsmarted every crypto whale with a $100 million masterstroke. Most cryptocurrencies fail because of the chicken and egg problem. Developers won't build apps without users, and users won't join without apps. Crypto whales love this problem because it keeps new competitors weak. They use their money to fund projects that fail, maintaining their control over the market. Pi Network solved this problem with genius strategy. They created a $100 million fund to pay developers to build applications before the network even launched. The whales never saw this coming. While they were busy manipulating Bitcoin prices, Pi Network was quietly building the largest developer ecosystem in crypto. The results speak for themselves. Gaming companies are building Pi-powered games where players earn real Pi. E-commerce platforms accept Pi payments for real goods. Social media apps reward content creators with Pi coins. This isn't theoretical anymore. There are dozens of working applications with hundreds more in development. A complete circular economy where Pi earned in one app can be spent in another. The whales can't compete with this because they don't understand community building. They only understand speculation and manipulation. In March 2025, Pi Network did something that made crypto whales everywhere panic. They proved Pi coins have real value in the real world. PiFest was a week-long global event where people could buy real goods and services with Pi coins. The whales predicted it would fail because Pi has no value. They were completely wrong. The results were incredible. 125,000 sellers registered from around the world. 58,000 actively participated, selling everything from food to crafts to services. 1.8 million users used the Map of Pi application to find local businesses. People bought meals in Nigeria, handmade crafts in India, services in the United States, fresh food in Brazil. Pi coins had stable purchasing power throughout the entire event. Here's what really shocked the whales. Unlike Bitcoin customers who want to cash out immediately, Pi customers actually wanted to spend and earn more Pi. They treated Pi like real money, not like speculation. One merchant told me something that perfectly explains why whales are scared. Bitcoin customers are always worried about price. Pi customers are excited about what they can buy. This is the difference between speculation and real adoption. Bitcoin is treated like digital gold that people hoard. Pi is treated like digital cash that people actually use. The whales built a system based on artificial scarcity and price manipulation. Pi Network built a system based on real utility and actual commerce. Let me explain why crypto whales desperately want you to believe mobile mining is impossible. Traditional crypto mining requires massive amounts of electricity and expensive equipment. This creates artificial barriers that keep regular people out and let whales control the system. Bitcoin mining now requires industrial facilities costing millions of dollars. Ethereum staking requires 32 ETH, which costs over $100,000. Regular people can't compete. The whales love this system because it keeps them in control. They tell you mining requires special knowledge and expensive equipment because they don't want competition. Pi Network destroyed this lie by proving mobile mining works perfectly. Here's how Pi Network's mobile mining actually works. Your phone doesn't do energy-intensive calculations like Bitcoin mining. Instead, it uses social consensus, where your phone proves you're a real person contributing to network security. This is actually more secure and more decentralized than traditional mining because everyone has smartphones. It creates the most democratic cryptocurrency network in history. The whales say this is impossible, but 60 million people prove them wrong every single day. Traditional mining concentrates power in the hands of whoever can afford the most equipment. Pi Network distributes power equally among all users regardless of wealth. That's why the whales are terrified. Pi Network proves you don't need their permission or their money to create successful cryptocurrency. While crypto whales manipulate prices, Pi Network users are building something they can't control, a real economy. The applications being built on Pi Network aren't speculation tools, they're real businesses solving real problems. Gaming applications where players earn PI by playing, not by gambling. Educational platforms that pay students Pi for learning new skills. Social media apps that reward users for creating good content instead of just watching ads. Freelance marketplaces where people earn POI for their work. E-commerce platforms where small businesses can accept Pi without paying huge credit card fees. Financial services that help people in countries with unstable currencies. This is creating a circular economy that doesn't depend on traditional banking or existing cryptocurrency exchanges. Here's what makes this revolutionary. In traditional crypto, you mine or buy coins, then hope the price goes up so you can sell for profit. In Pi Network, you mine coins, then spend them on real goods and services, then earn more by providing value to others. The whales can't manipulate this system because it's not based on speculation. It's based on real economic activity between real people. Every day, more businesses start accepting Pi. Every day, more developers build Pi applications. Every day, the Pi economy becomes stronger and more independent. The whales are losing control, and they know it. Pi Network's 60 million users create something crypto whales can't buy. True global network effects. These users are spread across every continent, speaking hundreds of languages, representing every economic background. This global reach makes Pi Network stronger and more resilient than any single market project. When Bitcoin has problems in one country, it affects the entire network. When Pi Network faces challenges in one region, the other 59 million users in other countries keep the network strong. This geographic distribution also creates natural demand for Pi coins. When someone in Nigeria wants to buy something from someone in Brazil, Pi becomes the natural currency for the transaction. The whales control Bitcoin and Ethereum through concentrated mining operations and large holdings. But they can't control 60 million people spread across the entire planet. Every new user who joins Pi Network makes the network more valuable for everyone else. This network effect grows exponentially, not linearly. The whales understand this math, and it terrifies them. They know that once a network reaches critical mass, it becomes impossible to stop. Pi Network has already reached that critical mass. The question isn't whether Pi will succeed, the question is how big it will become. Let me show you exactly how crypto whales try to manipulate you and why their tricks don't work on Pi Network. Trick number 1. They spread fear about new technologies. Mobile mining is impossible. But 60 million people prove this wrong every day. Trick number 2. They claim lack of immediate value means failure. Pi has no value because you can't trade it on exchanges. But PiFest proved Pi has real purchasing power in the real world. Trick number 3. They use technical complexity to confuse people. They make crypto seem impossible to understand, so you depend on their expertise. Pi Network makes everything simple and accessible. Trick number 4, they control mainstream media coverage. Notice how little coverage Pi Network gets, despite having more users than most cryptocurrencies combined. Trick number 5, they promote speculation over utility. They want you focused on price charts instead of real-world applications. But here's why their tricks are failing. Pi Network's community is too large and too engaged to be manipulated. When 60 million people have direct experience with something, no amount of propaganda can convince them it's fake. The whale's power comes from keeping regular people confused and dependent. Pi Network gives people direct access to cryptocurrency without needing whale permission or whale money. Now I'll tell you the real reason crypto whales are desperately trying to stop Pi Network. It's not about technology, it's not about mining methods, it's not about economics, it's about power. The current crypto system gives whales enormous power over regular people. They can manipulate prices, control access, and profit from every transaction. Bitcoin requires expensive mining equipment that only wealthy people can afford. Ethereum requires large stakes that only rich people can make. DeFi requires technical knowledge that only experts possess. This system ensures that crypto wealth flows upward to people who already have money and power. Pi Network destroys this system completely. Anyone with a smartphone can mine Pi equally. Location doesn't matter, wealth doesn't matter, connections don't matter. Technical knowledge doesn't matter. For the first time in crypto history, regular people have the same opportunities as wealthy people. The whales know that if Pi Network succeeds, their control over cryptocurrency ends forever. That's why they're fighting so hard. That's why they spread so much fear. That's why they want you to believe Pi Network is fake. They're not protecting you from a scam. They're protecting themselves from competition. Let me explain why Pi Network's technology makes it impossible for whales to stop. Pi Network uses the Stellar Consensus Protocol, which is proven, secure, and energy efficient. Unlike Bitcoin's wasteful proof of work or Ethereum's expensive proof of stake, Pi uses social consensus. This means the network is secured by the community of users, not by whoever has the most money or equipment. Every Pi user contributes to network security by validating transactions and confirming other users are real people. This creates true decentralization where power is distributed among all users. The whales can't attack this system because they can't buy control of millions of smartphones owned by regular people around the world. Recent upgrades include advanced security features like email-based two-factor authentication, secure liveness checks, and sophisticated anti-fraud systems. These ensure all 60 million users are real people, not fake accounts. The technology is already working at massive scale. While other cryptocurrencies struggle with scalability problems, Pi Network handles millions of users smoothly. Here's what I predict will happen as Pi Network continues growing. The mainstream media will suddenly discover Pi Network and act like it's breaking news, even though 60 million people already knew about it. Traditional crypto exchanges will start demanding to list Pi, even though they previously ignored it. Crypto whales will try to buy large amounts of Pi to regain control, but the community will resist selling to them. More major companies will start accepting Pi payments as they realize the customer base is too large to ignore. Governments will begin recognizing Pi as legitimate cryptocurrency and create favorable regulations. The whales will eventually give up trying to stop Pi Network and start trying to copy it, but it will be too late. The most important thing to understand is this. You're still early. Pi Network is just getting started. The Open Network launched only a few months ago. Most of the applications are still being built. Most of the partnerships haven't been announced yet. This isn't just about cryptocurrency anymore. This is about personal financial freedom for billions of people worldwide. Pi Network is creating something the whales never expected. A parallel financial system that works for regular people. You don't need a bank account, credit check, or minimum balance. You just need a smartphone and the willingness to participate. Think about what this means for people in countries with corrupt banks, unstable currencies, or limited access to financial services. Pi Network gives them the same opportunities as people in wealthy countries. A farmer in Kenya can sell crops and receive Pi payments instantly. A student in the Philippines can earn Pi by tutoring online. A small business owner in Brazil can accept Pi payments without paying huge credit card fees. This is why the whales are so desperate to stop Pi Network. It's not just competing with their cryptocurrencies, it's replacing their entire system of control. For the first time in history, regular people have access to a global financial network that treats everyone equally. No matter where you live, how much money you have, or what your background is, you can participate in Pi Network on equal terms. The whales built their wealth by keeping people dependent on their systems. Pi Network gives people independence from those systems. This is bigger than just making money. This is about creating a more fair and equal world where financial opportunity isn't determined by where you were born or how much money your parents had. The whales are tricking you because they're desperate and scared. They built their wealth on a system that excludes regular people, and Pi Network threatens to make that system completely obsolete. Pi Network has already proven that cryptocurrency can be fair, accessible, and useful for everyone. They showed that you don't need whale permission, whale money, or whale approval to create real financial freedom. The 60 million people mining Pi aren't just users, they're pioneers building a new financial system that works for regular people instead of just the wealthy. Every single day they're proving the whales wrong. Whether Pi becomes the dominant cryptocurrency remains to be seen, but one thing is absolutely certain. They've already changed the conversation forever about what cryptocurrency should be and who it should serve. The whales can slow down Pi Network with their lies and manipulation, but they cannot stop it. The community is too large, too global, too committed, and too smart to be fooled by whale tricks. The revolution has already begun. It started the moment the first person downloaded Pi Network and decided to take control of their financial future. It grew stronger with every new user who joined. It became unstoppable when it reached 60 million people. Now you have a choice to make. You can listen to the whales and their fear-mongering about Pi Network being fake. You can stay stuck in their system where they control your financial opportunities, or you can join 60 million people who decided to build something better. You can become part of the movement that's creating fair cryptocurrency for everyone. The choice is yours, but remember, every day you wait, the opportunity gets smaller. The mining rate decreases, the community grows, the whales get more desperate. Don't let them trick you into missing the biggest financial opportunity of your lifetime. What do you think about the whale conspiracy against Pi Network? Are you ready to stop being tricked and join the 60 million people building the real future of fair cryptocurrency? Write Pi Network to the moon with your country flag in the comments. I want to see how truly global our Pi community is and show the whales they can't stop us. If this video opened your eyes to what's really happening in the crypto world, smash that like button right now and subscribe for more truth about cryptocurrency that the whales desperately don't want you to know. Share this video with everyone, your friends, family, co-workers, anyone who's been told Pi Network is fake. They deserve to know the real truth before it's too late. Hit that notification bell so you never miss when I expose more whale lies and crypto secrets. Thanks for watching and welcome to the revolution. I'll see you in the next video where I'll reveal even more shocking secrets about Pi Network and the crypto world that they're trying to hide from you. Keep mining, keep learning, keep sharing the truth, and keep building the future of cryptocurrency for everyone, not just the wealthy elite.